I'll use a porta potty. I don't give a fuck, especially if I'm drunk. Like, hi guys. I thought for today's video I would do a few little story times in one because I know y'all like story times. I don't really tell story times as much anymore, and I don't really foresee myself telling too many story times in the future. I know that sounds like so sad, but just now that I'm done like partying multiple times a week and just living a college lifestyle every single day, I don't think too many crazy things will be happening to me as often to discuss. But now that I've said that, knock on wood, I'm sure something crazy will happen just because I fucking said that out loud. But for today's video, we will do some story times, and I thought it would be a good idea to tell some stories about times that I've been like straight out rejected by guys. Even the most confident and cutest of girls get rejected. It honestly happens to everyone. It doesn't matter if you are like the prettiest person in the world, like I've said before, like even if you are very attractive to like most people, there are still certain people that won't find you attractive or something about you won't be their type. So don't ever get hyped up on looks because like I said in my last Q&A I just uploaded, it doesn't matter because what you look like is beautiful to someone and what you look like is unattractive to someone. So yeah, everyone's gonna fucking get rejected eventually, and I think rejection is a good thing because it means that you're putting yourself out there, because if you're not getting rejected, that means there's no one to reject you because no one knows you exist. If you don't leave your house, if you don't go on dates, if you don't walk up to people at bars, if you really keep to yourself, it's like no one even really knows that you're out there for the taking to reject or date if they would please. So as someone who is very confident in their appearance and their personality and just everything about me, I'm confident in who I am, and I'm outgoing, I will absolutely walk up to a guy, start a conversation with a guy, ask a guy for his number, give a guy my number, blah, blah, blah. I've definitely had some times where it hasn't worked in my favor, but putting yourself out there and being ballsy almost always works in your favor. Like, you can't really go wrong by making an effort and really putting yourself out there and talking to someone. Like, literally the worst that can happen is they don't ever text you when you give them their number, or they say they have a girlfriend, or they say they're uninterested, and you know, at least you tried. Without further ado, let's get into some stories, and I'm saving the best one for last. I don't think I've ever told this story on this channel, and it's so embarrassing and so good. Oh, college. First, this just happened to me like 4 or 5 weeks ago. I was at Clyde's happy hour at FSU, one of like the last happy hours I went to before I graduated, and we were waiting in line for the porta potties that they put outside Clyde's because the line for the bathroom inside is ridiculous. So I go to the porta potty with me and my friend, and there's like guys in line in front of us, and one of the guys starts talking to my friend. They're both like Hispanic, and they're like talking about like Hispanic things, and you can tell the guy is super into my friend. My friend's like beautiful, so I don't blame him, but she has a boyfriend, haha. And I wasn't talking to him because he was obviously interested in my friend, so I started talking to one of his friends, and I was really drunk, and I like knew that I didn't like care, but I was just like drunk and being flirty. So I was like flirting with him, and I was like, oh, like, do you want my number? And he was like, of course. Like, he was being super flirty too. Like, I think him and I were both like fucking each other over, if that makes sense. Like, I knew that I didn't actually really care about this guy. Like, he was kind of cute, but he was also short. Not that I like care about people that are short, because I've dated people that are literally my height. But I just knew realistically, like, I wasn't like actually trying to get this guy. I was just flirting and having fun in line, and I think he likewise was just flirting and having fun in line. But I gave him my number, and he seemed like super interested, and like just to be flirty and like whatever, I was like, oh, so like you're definitely gonna text me later, right? And he was like, oh, for sure. Like, I would never not text someone like as beautiful as you. Like, just so suave. Like, definitely being a fuckboy, but I was also kind of being a fuck girl. Like, I think him and I were both literally playing each other, and I gave him my number, and although I knew that like it wasn't serious, I still definitely thought that he would text me because we were both so drunk, and it was like early in happy hour, so I knew that like we would both be drinking more and doing stuff with our friends. So I thought the least he would send me like an 11 p.m. text being like, oh, where are you and your friends going out to tonight? Like, obviously trying to meet up and hook up or something. Like, I thought at least he would, but he never ever texted me, and I don't know, it's not like I was like, oh my god, I want this guy to text me, because like I said, I wasn't like too interested, but I still just definitely thought that he would. And since he didn't, I was like, oh, was I not cute enough for him? Like, was he lying when he was like, oh, I would never not text someone as beautiful as you? But that was just like 4 or 5 weeks ago, and I would just remember waking up the next morning hungover as fuck and barely even remembering that I gave that guy my number because we were like fucked up and fucking around. And I was like, oh my god, I gave a guy my number yesterday and he literally never texted me. So yeah, it happens to me too. I've given my number out so many times to guys that have ended up never texting me for whatever reason, because if someone wants to give you your number, it's like no harm, no foul. Like if some guy's like, hey, let me give you my number, I'll for sure take your number. Even if I think you're hideous, I'll just never fucking text you. So I don't know. It happens to everyone, and it's definitely happened to me, and that's just a really recent example. Sometimes I put myself out there and they don't even send a fucking text, not even when they're drunk, not even to try and smash. They just really aren't about it. At least you fucking had a conversation with someone and put yourself out there and gave someone your number. That's a step in the right direction. This one is kind of embarrassing, but not like that embarrassing. Nothing compared to the last story that I'm gonna tell. But last tailgating season, so like literally almost 2 years ago, it was like the first tailgate of the year, and the first tailgates of every year, there's all these pledges like trying to like get in the frat that are like the people who were in charge of like passing out beer to people and just like doing all the dirty work while all the brothers like have a good time and fuck around. So I was at an ATO tailgate, the first one of the year, and there was a super hot, tall, blonde pledge who was there. So I started making a conversation with him. Of course, I was drunk, so it's really easy to talk to people when you're drunk, if you didn't know, like so easy. So I started talking to him, and I was just like asking him like about his college experience, whatever, and introducing myself, and I was like, I like fuck with ATO heavy, like I know so many brothers, like it's like, I don't know, again, that sounds weird, like I was being like, oh my god, you're a pledge, I know all the brothers, but I was just trying to make conversation with him, like, oh, like I know a lot of people in this frat, like you're pledging, that's cool, like blah blah blah, whatever. I don't know. We were having this whole conversation. He was so fucking cute. And the next day, so like hungover, sober again, like living my life, I remember that I was talking to that guy, and I was like, oh my god, that guy was actually cute. Like he definitely seemed into me. Like we had a good conversation. So I Facebook messaged this guy who was in my dorm floor freshman year, who also by chance was pledging ATO that same like semester. So I messaged him on Facebook, and I was like, hey, like I know you're an ATO pledge. Do you know an ATO pledge that looks like this? And I just described what he looked like because I didn't know his name, and the guy actually knew. He was like, oh yeah, that's blah blah blah, this pledge. So I looked up the guy on Facebook after my friend told me who he was, and I sent him a Facebook message, and I was like, hey, like I spent yesterday at the tailgate talking to you, like I had a really good conversation with you. I just wanted to let you know that like I'm interested basically, and here's my number. So I gave him my number. He obviously read the message. He never replied. He never texted me, so maybe he wasn't that interested. So it's kind of like, oh shit, like that sucks, because I actually for sure thought like he was about it. Like absolutely thought he 100% would message me back or text me, and he didn't. But the real kicker is that like a month or two later, he started dating someone and got like a full-blown girlfriend, and his girlfriend was an XYZ from my pledge class. So that was definitely like a little bit of a kick in the stomach though. The fact that he like read receipted my Facebook message and never texted me, like he obviously was not interested. So like, fuck you. Fuck you for talking to me for so long at the tailgate. Okay, this is just a funny story, and I've mentioned this in other videos before, but I just have to say it again because I fucking never fucked with Pike. I like that I can like say so much more now that I'm graduated and I live in a different state. Like what's someone gonna do? Like fucking come for me? Like try, bitch. So it's no secret that I like never really fucked with Pike. I didn't like Pike. Pikes were not my type of guys, just all like super assholes, like to the max, like so flow, wearing their fucking joggers and their muscles popping out of their too small t-shirts, like fucking chill bro, it's gonna be fucking fine, chill on the steroids. I never liked Pike, not my theme. There was one Pike I hooked up with for a little bit, so I would like go to some Pike things to like try and see him because I'm a fucking freak psycho stalker, I don't know. But yeah, that was like the extent of my Pike days. And I remember I was at a Pike day thing, like where everyone comes over and like drinks during the day, and they have slip and slides, and everyone just gets like really drunk like in the Pike courtyard, and brothers were playing beer pong, and I walked up to them. Mind you, I'm in like tiny shorts and a bikini top, so I'm like half naked. And yeah, I wasn't as cute then as I was now because I gained like the freshman 30s, so I definitely wasn't looking like too fucking hot, but I'm still like a pretty attractive girl half naked at your event, drunk, wanting to play beer pong with you. So I go to the beer pong table and I'm like, yo, like does someone have downs? Like can I play the winner with whoever wants to play with me? And the brothers literally looked at me and They looked at me and literally said, not today, brothers only. I thought that was super fucking stupid, that you have all these girls, all these people at this day party that you're putting on, and then you're gonna tell the girls or tell anyone that they're not allowed to play beer pong because it's brothers only. Like, what the fuck, you're such an asshole. And even if you're just saying that to me because I'm not cute enough to you or whatever it is, you're still just being a fucking asshole. So I was like, what? Like, I'm actually so ugly that I'm not even allowed to fucking play beer pong? Like, I couldn't fucking believe it. But I also just think it's funny because there's like a huge ongoing rumor that's like not really a rumor for like years, forever and ever, that there's tons of gay guys in Pikes and that like all the Pikes fuck each other. And like obviously not all of them are gay, obviously they don't all fuck each other, but I definitely would say that in Pike, more than any other frat on FSU campus, there are gay guys that are closeted or don't tell people that they're gay, and they find the other gay brothers and they definitely are hooking up with each other. And I'm really good friends with this girl who's like super top tier, super pretty, and she told me on multiple occasions that she personally knows several Pikes who no one knows are gay but are absolutely gay and definitely fuck each other. And she used to date a Pike and was at the Pike house like multiple times a week, so she's definitely a good source of information. And that's just been a rumor for like literally 20 fucking years, let's say. And just have this girl like reaffirm to me like, oh no, like I fucking know Pikes that are gay, that no one knows are gay, and they are definitely fucking sword fighting with their dicks in their bedrooms at 3 a.m. So maybe it was brothers only because I'm ugly, maybe it was brothers only because they only care about each other's assholes and they don't want mine, which is fine. I don't want your dick in my asshole anyway. But I just thought it was so rude, but I honestly wouldn't expect anything less from Pike anyway. This is a situation that's happened to me like definitely at least 5 times, but one situation in particular, I remember I was at Potts, wasted of course, and there was a super cute guy and he was doing the thing that's like the #1 indicator that you're interested in me, in my opinion, where he like kept looking over at me, kept making eye contact with me, like smiling, like doing everything that usually when a guy's doing that to a girl, or if I'm doing that to a guy, it means I want to talk to you or I want you to come talk to me. So I was like really feeling his vibes. I was like, okay, I think like he's about it. So I went up to him and I was like, hi, like I'm Brighton, like introducing myself. He talked to me for like a minute, like he definitely seemed kind of interested, and then just being like flirty and coy, obviously thinking he would say no, I was like, oh, so who did you come here with? Expecting him to obviously be like, no one, or my friends, and then like spend time with me. And he literally was like, I'm here with my girlfriend. Literally 20 seconds later, some girl like bebops over, that's obviously her, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna skirt on out of here before this girl punches me in the fucking face. And I just couldn't even believe it, like for someone to flat out be like, oh no, I'm here with my girlfriend. I'm like, oh okay, well that was very, I mean, honest, so thank you for letting me know that you're off the market, but also why the fuck were you making eyes at me, like luring me to come over just to be like, oh no, I have a girlfriend? And also, would he have told me I had a girlfriend if I hadn't been like, oh, so who'd you come here with? You know, like, I don't know, guys are such fucking sketchballs. That girl should watch out, because I wouldn't think that's a very trustworthy boyfriend if I was her. Everyone's preference is so different. Like, I watched this movie on Netflix, which I highly recommend for all girls to watch, and it's called Long Nights, Short Mornings, and it's literally just a whole movie about this one like notorious, really attractive fuckboy, and like how he kind of manipulates and masterminds all these different girls to get them to like sleep with him or like think that he's in love with them when he's not, and he's definitely just playing them. And it's just so interesting. I really recommend it. I put it on my Instagram story and my Snapchat story. I was like, girls, you need to watch this movie because it's just mind-blowing. Like, how the fuck can one guy do this? But we all know that there are tons of guys that do that stuff, so it's a very interesting movie. You should watch it. But the main character in the movie, the fuckboy guy, is like a very attractive guy. Like, I think 95% of girls would definitely be down to have sex with him, be interested in him, whatever. And for whatever reason, I personally wasn't attracted to him, but I'm like smart enough to realize that he's definitely someone that's considered attractive by most. But still, even though he is an attractive guy, to me, not my type, doesn't toot my horn, doesn't do anything for me. I have no interest. If he started talking to me at a bar, I would probably decline him because I just really, he wasn't my type, and he's definitely an attractive guy. So that's just a good example of how even if you are really pretty, there's always someone who's not going to think that you're pretty is the type of pretty for them. So don't take it personally. Now, without further ado, this is like my ultimate rejection story, probably from my whole fucking life, and it's embarrassing and just, oh my god. So I've talked a lot before about that house that all my ATO guy friends lived in that I would always go over to, and I formed like really strong friendships with that guy throughout my sophomore year. One of the guys that lived in that house is someone that I will name It's another T name. I'm running out of T names here to use. Okay, we'll call him Tristan. So I have this guy friend named Tristan who I became really good friends with my freshman year. And so then he moved into this house to live with other ATOs sophomore year. And because he was living there, I would go over there to spend time with him, and then just like over time got to know everyone else in the house. So Tristan was like my OG friend that got me like involved in that house, got me friends with all those guys. Whatever. He was one of my first guy friends at FSU. He was an ATO. I really fucking liked him. Super fucking cute. When we first became friends, I definitely liked him. Like, I wanted us to be more than friends, and he's such like an awkward kind of guy that I couldn't ever tell if he like liked me back or like if he just liked me as a friend, because he definitely liked me as a friend. Like, we would go get like food together and froyo together, and like we would try and hang out like at least once or twice a month back when I was in my dorm, and I'd have to like walk to ATO to hang out with him. Like, we became real friends, and I just really liked him. I thought he was so cute, so nice, so awesome, so tall, so hot, whatever. So I really liked him, and he definitely could tell that I liked him. And we definitely had some conversations about like how he knew I liked him, but he wasn't like really into me like that. I don't know. There was a weird period where he was kind of acting like he was into me, but I could tell that maybe he wasn't, and he was just kind of trying to see like if he would have a connection with me, like see like, oh, maybe if we hooked up, like maybe I would view her as more than a friend. I don't know. A really weird situation where I was the one on the brink of being friend zoned or not, which usually I feel like the girls are doing the friend zoning. I was being friend zoned. So one night I got super fucking drunk, and this is the night I've told you about where I got wasted, saw my guy friend. It was Tristan. He took me home to ATO instead of to my dorm, and I proceeded to vomit literally all over ATO. Like, one of the most embarrassing moments of my entire fucking life, for sure. I told that story several times on this channel. Anyway, it was that night. Before I blacked out and don't remember anything, there was a period before I started puking also, so fucking belligerently drunk, holy shit, that I like took off all my fucking clothes. So I'm naked. He still has his clothes on. He's sitting on the couch kind of like, what the fuck do I do with this girl? She's so drunk. We're really good friends. Now she's getting naked. I don't know what's happening. So I walk over to him naked as fuck, straddle him, like get on him on the couch as he's sitting there. So I'm like over him as he's sitting, and I start like making out with him, and I don't really know if he was that into it or not. I'm sure he was just like, fuck it, I guess I could hook up with this girl because we're friends and she's drunk, whatever. I don't know what was going through his head. Literally all we did was kiss. And you want to know why all we did was kiss? Do you want to know why? We're making out, I'm naked, he's clothed, and then I proceed to call him Trevor, which, if no one remembers, is the name for the ultimate fuckboy. Obviously, I said the real name, and obviously he knew who I was talking about because he knew that I hooked up with Trevor. He knew that Trevor was in his same fraternity. He knew Trevor because they're both ATOs, and I proceeded to be like, Trevor, instead of Tristan. Fucking called him the other guy's name, and he pulled back and he was like, did you just call me Trevor? And I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, they're both T names, I don't know what's wrong with me. And he was just like, okay, yeah, no, like absolutely not, like you are so fucking drunk, what are you doing, why are you calling me Trevor, that's offensive, this is weird, what am I dealing with? And then I proceeded to vomit all over the entire fucking frat house. He had to dress me and wrap me in a blanket, basically as a straitjacket, to keep me from fucking doing more fucked up shit because I was so fucking wasted. So embarrassing that I called him another guy's name. I can't believe I did that. That's like something that only happens in movies. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And then to make it even better, like a few weeks after that, even though after all that, I would think it'd be pretty clear that like he's not interested in me, like, come on, if a guy's interested, he makes moves, and he was making no moves. Like, I was 100% in the friend zone, but I was just trying so hard to get out of the friend zone. A few weeks later, I show up to ATO for a tailgate, and I'm like asking everyone, like so drunk, so annoying. I'm like, where's Tristan? Where's Tristan? Where's Tristan? But everyone knew that me and Tristan were like good friends, but I don't think it was like that weird to me. And so finally someone was like, oh, Tristan is up in his bedroom in ATO. He hasn't yet come down to the tailgate yet. So I go into ATO, I go all the way up the stairs, up to where Tristan was living at the time, go to his room, banging on the door, like so drunk. And he's like, who is it? What is happening? I'm like, it's Brian, open the door. It's me, open up. And he's like, I'm naked. Like, I just got out of the shower. Like, I haven't even started drinking yet. Like, what is wrong with you? And I'm obviously already drunk because I've been tailgating, and I'm like, let me in, just so fucking annoying, like, oh my god, shoot me in the face. He opens the door, he's in just a towel because he literally just got out of the shower, and he's like trying to like pick out clothes to wear, and I was just like, Tristan, like, what the hell, like, I like you, like, can we kiss, like, can we blah blah blah, just being so drunk and weird. And he was like, no, like, we're not gonna kiss, what are you doing, like, why are you in my room right now? And I was just like, well, like we're such good friends, and like I like you, and like just admitting that I wanted it to turn into something else. And he literally was like, Brighton, I think that me and you should just be friends. Like, I only view you as a friend. Don't take it personally. Like, you're not the first girl I've told that I only view as a friend. It's fine. And I was just like, I just started crying and I was so fucking embarrassed, and I was like, whatever, I'm going back to the tailgate. And I like quickly like composed myself because I like walked back to the frat house and went back down to the tailgate, and we basically just acted like that never happened. And from that point on, it was just very clear that we were absolutely just friends. I never made a move again. All we ever did was kissed. It was so fucking weird, so embarrassing. I just couldn't believe it. But him and I stayed friends, and we're still friends, and he was like one of my best friends through all of FSU. And like after we got past that part, like our friendship was super great and super strong. So I'm really happy that I didn't like ruin our friendship by being a fucking freak. The amount of embarrassing things I did when I was drunk, like, oh my god, I'm so happy I'm past like the blackout days, because it's not cute. I honestly couldn't even believe he'd want to be my friend after that, but he just like really liked me for me. He was always a really fucking good friend. He's still a good friend. Anyway, I just wanted to share those stories, let you know, like everyone gets fucking rejected. Don't be embarrassed about it. At least you're putting yourself out there. At least you're not fucking calling boys that you like the wrong fucking name while you're blacked out making out with them naked in their room when they like don't even have any interest in you. Just like, no, like I've been there. I've been rejected. I've been embarrassed. I have felt not good enough. I felt not pretty enough. I felt like I personally did something or said something to fuck something up with a guy. Everyone's fucking been there, even like the most confident girls, even the prettiest girls, even whatever it is that you think is the criteria for a girl getting a guy, even those girls fuck up and get rejected. Likewise, guys get rejected all the fucking time too. And just be like grateful that you are a girl if you are a girl watching this, because guys have so much pressure in society to like make the first move or go up to a girl or hit on a girl. Like it's just like a rule of society that like guys are the ones that like go out to bars to try and like find a girl, hit on a girl, whatever, and we're just the girls that are sitting around sipping our drinks with our friends, like waiting for someone to come talk to us. And that's a lot of fucking pressure. So take the pressure off the guys sometime and be ballsy and take the initiative yourself. And it will fail sometimes, like it absolutely will, but at least you're getting more confident and you're learning how to talk to people better, and you're getting out of your comfort zone and you're getting out of your shell, and you're just making a fucking effort, because not everyone will reject you. Like yes, there will be some rejection, but you will also have someone text you and maybe ask you on a date and just start a little something going with someone that would never have started if you hadn't just been like, hey, what's up? I'm Brighton. How's it going? Unless you are actually like the ugliest fucking person on the planet, which I promise you, you're not. Like, it's not like you need a fucking bag on your head. Like, girl, it's fine. Like, just go up to someone, introduce yourself, start talking. You might be pleasantly surprised where it leads. And if you get rejected, I'm living proof that it's totally fucking okay. Bye, guys.